programs presented are submitted by members of our community and are a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM. The views expressed do not necessarily reflect those of KNLY 91.1 FM, The Boss, and affiliates.
Oh my gosh, I'm back in the studio. Let me see you. So now I'm going to do like I normally do when I'm back in the seat. I can't believe it. It's been that long. I start turning, I look at my hair. It's actually not so bad today. So I
think it looks great.
Well, do you, before I could even say it, look at this handsome man sitting next to me. Look, you know what? This handsome man.
I was just walking by.
This guy was walking by, and lo and behold, he ends up being my man. Now that's pretty quick.
I'm happy to be here.
Well, welcome back, sweetie.
Thank you. It's Friday, babe.
Yes, it's Friday. It's Friday. So you made your debut the other day.
Would you really call it a debut?
Okay, let's talk about today. Okay, yeah.
Would you really call it a debut? I just kind of popped in.
You did, because I was trying to figure out.
I was looking for a cup of coffee. That's what I was looking for. A great cup of coffee.
You were wanting another one. But here's the deal. I had been telling you, like, oh my gosh, I needed to know what I was going to do with Friday's show.
Right.
And you'd been hearing about it, right?
Yeah.
And then, so you decided to, like, come on and help me figure it out. And
you don't need a lot of help in that case. So you got it all down.
Are you sure?
I think
sure?
so.
Okay.
I think so.
But so, because we were debating. So last Friday we were talking about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about, so I feel good to be back in the seat. Oh, back in the studio.
You look great.
Thanks, sweetie. You can see up there. Yeah.
You look great.
So, well, you do too. But anyway, so let's get out of that topic for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But so last Friday we were talking about what we were going to name the show.
We threw out a couple of. I don't know how many. Did we even get any votes on the names?
No, you know what? I was slacking in that regard. I didn't probably do like a post and say, "Hey, votes" and all that. But we got one. We got one vote. Carlos told me about.
We got one vote.
So do you think you came up with a name, or what should we call the show?
I thought it was Friday Free for All.
Okay,
because it kind of opens it up. I like Friday Free for All.
You also
Free for All Friday.
Or Freaky Friday. Yeah.
Freaky Friday. Yeah. Friday Frenzy. I like Free for All Friday. What do you think?
Okay, so it's
kind of.
Can I get it out?
A tongue twister.
Free for All Friday.
Friday Free for All.
Okay.
Friday Free for All.
So you think that's what we should go with?
I think so. We've got a lot of things to talk about.
We do, and okay, we'll go with that topic. We'll go with that as our show title, rather.
That's an executive order right there.
Done. Done.
Friday Free for All.
So it's Friday.
It is.
It's Friday. So much is going on.
Yeah.
So much is happening.
This week has flown by.
It has.
Do you think it was anything to do with the fact that we started opening up businesses, et cetera, or the state did?
Sure. So like last Friday when we went out, we kind of tested the opening back up.
We did.
We went and sat out on a patio.
We
and
did.
Had a nice dinner. And
seeing people. Like being around people, and it was almost not because it was like they were looking at us, we were looking at them, and you're almost like, "Hey, how does it feel to be out?"
Yeah, and should I go by you too close? All that.
And then you say, "Hey, look what they're having," and you end up engaging the waitress or the waitresses more than normal.
Yes.
Find out about we're actually talking. You and I were driving to the station today. And just being out, say, wow, this is, we're getting back into a normalcy.
Yeah, normalcy. Yeah. And that's the point, normalcy, what that is. And so today, obviously, everything pretty much is opened up.
Right.
So now nail salons, people can get their hair done, oh my God, and people can start getting back out again.
Are you excited about that?
Yeah.
Oh, your nail salon?
Yeah, well, but remember, one of the things that I have learned are in being through this kind of social distancing is what really matters as far as what I really need to be doing and what kind of things I can omit.
Right.
And one of the things I've learned on my nails, not that we're going to spend time on that, but is that less is more. I don't have to be, every week and all these things that I survived.
Right.
I made it through. So,
You did.
I think like I said before last week was that I think we all have learned that. Some of the things that we took away from this is what really do we need when we go back out? Are we going to go out the same, or are we going to change? Are we going to make some changes? And for me,
I like the running, for example.
Okay.
I wasn't a big fan of running, but you've taught me how to breathe, how to pace, how to get more out of it.
Yeah.
Really understanding even the way that you run. And all of a sudden, I'm looking at it differently. Well, we don't pay to run; we just go outside and run. So there's another appreciation for that.
Sure.
So, do you, in some ways, adjust those expenses that aren't necessarily, critical? Did I really go to the gym and maximize? I do, because the gym that we talked about, baby bull boxing.
Sure.
But in folks that say, I never really made it to the gym that much.
Right.
So was it really that necessary? And were there other ways that I did something at home,
Right.
in my patio, in my garage, outside on my street, at the curb,
Yeah.
at the park, etc.
Yeah.
That was, fine for me, and it taught me something different.
Well, you can incorporate it. So, like
Sure,
you said,
sure.
great point. You're still going to go to Baby Bull.
Yeah.
We're still going to do
Yeah.
the boxing, but this now is another element that you can add to it. And
Sure.
I think that's great. And
Yeah.
I totally agree. I mean, and
Look
that's
at the
part-
weather. The weather's been incredible.
The weather's been great.
Yeah.
Weather's been great. So now we're back out.
Yes.
And it is moving. So what do you think? Last week we talked about the retail, and we talked about how things are kind of. Neiman Marcus has now filed for bankruptcy.
Officially filed from bankruptcy, I
Yeah.
think yesterday. Neiman Marcus.
Neiman Marcus. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought all this time, all the success they've had?
Right.
But again, like we were talking about, I think a lot of these companies, brick and mortars, were teetering already before COVID. And I think,
Yeah.
I mean, you're really abreast. I mean, you have that background in as far as being in the retail, from
Well,
the consumer side.
Yeah.
And,
One thing is,
consumer products.
does the company have the foresight
Okay.
to plan for risk?
Sure.
Okay. Do they have the foresight that said, is my infrastructure changeable, or is it adaptable?
Yeah.
In some cases, they don't have it. We're going to talk a little bit about one of my favorite stories on a retail giant, which was Sears.
Yep.
So think about it. Sears was run and managed by incredibly intelligent people.
Sure.
What happened? What happened? So you
Yeah.
think, and we'll get that in a little bit, but going back to the Neiman Marcus thing,
Okay.
in some cases, the overdrying, the overdriving trends are literally waves in the market that nobody can foresee.
Yeah.
Nobody could foresee that Amazon couldn't keep up with certain essentials, and so they actually scaled back, some of the supply chain and open it up for certain items. Say, third-party sellers on Amazon, we can't ship you right now because we have to get all that, because sometimes it's so overwhelming
Sure.
that even well-run retail brands like Neiman Marcus can't make it.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
that. I mean, that really tells you what an impact all this has been.
And technology, right?
Right.
I mean, you talk about, you'll get into Sears probably after
Yeah,
our first break, but the reality is there's a movement happening, right?
Mm-hmm,
Whether people in a lot of different ways, but
Yeah.
from a technology perspective, there's a huge change happening.
Yeah.
And you call it, things are converging, things are
Right,
happening.
right.
So is that also part of what we're seeing now that this COVID is kind of, we're seeing some of the things that it's doing. We're seeing a lot of businesses going out.
Yeah.
Could the technology boom as well have an effect in seeing a lot more of that?
Sure.
How much is it's going to be from that perspective versus the perspective of the economy and things of that nature, weighing the two sides and seeing which one's going to be most impactful.
So let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
NeimanMarcus.com exists.
Right.
eBay.com exists. Okay. BestBuy.com exists. Target.com, Walmart.com, all the companies that we know
Yeah.
that have a digital presence, whether it's a platform or whether it's its own .com for the retailer. How well you manage that and the availability of unique items
Yeah.
is also going to set the tone on, am I really getting the traffic?
Sure.
To redirect what I wasn't selling in my dark store that I have today.
Yeah.
Can I really redirect that inventory? Because there are stores that are sitting on inventory.
Yeah.
They're in the stores. The shoes are in the stores.
Yeah.
The apparel's in the warehouse.
Yeah.
They're in the back room. I mean, wherever they're at, there's inventory sitting there.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I am, if I have a if I have an online presence, am I really getting enough traffic to move that out?
Right.
Well, I've got to be offering something unique.
Sure.
Because you can get Nike in a couple of different places. You can get
Oh,
Skechers
sure.
in a couple of different places. One that's right now having a tough time is Bed Bath & Beyond. What can you get at Bed Bath & Beyond that you couldn't get anywhere else?
Sure.
And I'm not calling it out in terms of,
No,
hey,
I
not
always
like
say that.
But
I always talk about, yeah.
So what is
Yeah.
it that, so if Bed Bath & Beyond, to compete on getting the traffic and the sale,
Sure.
has to give more promotions or more discount or more promo
'Cause that
codes,
20%
all
is
of
not
it,
working.
yeah, it's not, well, then all of a sudden that margin is shrinking.
Sure.
How long is that going to last?
Sure.
You can only sustain that for so long.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of it is also, and then you think about also the outside, the food industry,
Yeah.
the farmers. They're taking. I mean, they have so much surplus that they're not being able to get out, and so they're throwing away stuff. I mean, and
Did you hear the thing about in Germany? Was it that, or was it in? I forgot. Was it in Germany or I forget where it was.
Okay.
They're giving away free beer instead of throwing it away.
No, I didn't know about that.
We need to go to Germany.
And we need to go. Okay, well, so can we get on a plane? Can we get on a plane? Actually,
Right now.
the airport's open.
Well, listen,
aren't
we're
they?
done here, so
The airport's,
we'll see.
it's Friday. It's Friday. Is that what we're doing for the weekend? We'll
Straight
change
to
our plans.
Berlin, man.
Yeah, but so
Yeah.
that's the point. I mean, there's that now. You look at just so many different things are happening.
Right.
I think now that we're back out, in summary of what I'm saying is there's so much changes.
There it is.
And some of it's affected by the COVID, some of it's technology driven, some of it is other factors that are going to be set, but there is a huge movement and the world is going in a different direction.
And whether it's either forced to go in another direction. I mean, you're either being pushed
Yeah.
into that direction,
Yeah.
or you're sitting on the sidelines, or you've already put yourself in a position, well, I can recharge, reformat, or just redirect my budget, my infrastructure, whatever that was.
Yeah.
So some companies are in a better position to do that.
Sure.
Did it take everybody by surprise? Yeah, sure it did.
Yeah. Yeah.
But some companies are just better positioned to take advantage of that.
And versus you think about small business owners
Right,
and
right.
how they were impacted.
Yeah.
And the big the so to speak the money that was given to kind of help out the
Mm-hmm.
small businesses, and hopefully, I mean, you look at Houston. We talk about Houston
Mm-hmm.
particularly because we're here. That we are big in the restaurant.
Yes.
And that took a big hit.
Yeah.
And obviously we order out, we do what we can. But do you think you're looking at the restaurant industry? What do you see as far as that? Do you think a lot more are going to close down? Do you think that it's going to kind of gain its momentum back? Where do you see that going?
I think that people have gotten comfortable
Okay.
on ordering.
Okay.
I think they've adapted, especially if you've got kids at home. I
Yeah.
would think that, let's order. We already want to watch something on Netflix.
Yeah.
We already got, activities going on at home. Do we really want to be out yet?
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see. I think there might be a little bit of a mini rush, if you will,
Okay.
to get out, just to be out.
Yeah.
Okay. But then I said, well, we were okay before. Like you were saying earlier in
Yeah.
the show.
Yep.
What am I doing without that's really affecting me? Well, there were a couple of things, and my quality of life really didn't suffer.
No.
So you and I together, we've gotten to know each other during this time.
Haven't we? Oh my gosh, we have.
time.
Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead. Anyway, yes. Good.
But
yeah.
did we really miss being out?
No.
We wanted to get together with friends. We wanted
Sure,
to be together.
sure.
We wanted to enjoy the atmosphere of just getting out of the house. But by the same token,
Sure.
we were kind of all in it. We were out on the balcony
Yeah.
and then talking to the other couple that was on the other balcony because
Correct.
they were having their
Correct.
own little night out on the sun.
And
It was-
enjoying the
it was cool.
weather.
Enjoying the weather. It
relax.
was cool.
We weren't
It was great.
missing. We weren't missing, and that brings out a great topic before we go to commercial.
Yeah.
That people, big thing was happening was people were not being able to cohabitate together. They were having issues. We looked at this and it was so beautiful for us. I mean, it's so funny how we said
Especially because
this.
you were cooking.
Well, no, but I'm saying, I think people need to, I can agree
Excellent
with that.
cook, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. But no, but I'm saying that this is the time. If you didn't utilize it, think about it. To spend the time with the people you care about. Get to learn yourself and them more.
Yeah.
Take the time to do the things that you weren't doing and learn what's necessary and what's not necessary in your life.
Right.
And make those changes now. The world is already changing.
That's right.
And if you haven't made your changes, and they're not gonna converge.
There
They're
you
gonna
go.
collide. And if you're not prepared,
Yeah.
then where are you going to be?
That's
and
right.
and it seems like a lot of people weren't already awakened, or however you want to look at it. And hopefully this made people wake up
If we talk about Sears in the next section, if that's
will,
okay.
yeah,
There's an
I guess.
interesting.
Yes, we can.
You're in charge.
Yes, we can. We can talk about it. No, tease it, baby. Of course.
I like the case study of Sears. It's because, again, it was iconic. Americana.
Okay.
There's innovation early in late 1800, but early in the tenure of Sears.
Okay.
And where it is today, there's a reflection. There's a true reflection here on an entity that couldn't adapt, and we're being forced to adapt.
Based on what we were just
we're
talking
going to talk about that.
Okay,
yeah.
well, let's, you know what, can you take us to commercials and at break, can you do it? Can you just say?
We're going to go to a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Woo, that was nice.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY, New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Cupcakes and Bubbles, located at 26400 Kirkendall Road in Tomball, Texas. Cupcakes and Bubbles has the sweetest and most delicious cupcakes for the entire family. From chocolate raspberry, strawberry rhubars, cookies and cream, and the most popular among kids, the s'mores cupcake. Come and enjoy our cupcakes with a glass of your favorite bubbles. Visit www.cupcakesandbubbles.com for the complete list of our delicious cupcakes. Order online through our webpage. DoorDash and Uber Eats is available too. Enjoy life's sweetest moments with Cupcakes and Bubbles.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM. It's time to change. If you like country, we play it. If you like pop, we play it. If you like Latin music, we play it. If you like rock and roll, we play it, because no one does fusion music like we do. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Turn on your glam today. The Jenna Klein collection is here, elaborated with natural products. Give yourself a compliment with our organic lip glosses in more than 15 shades. With the Jenna Klein lip gloss collection, you can hydrate your lips and keep that glamorous look that you need. Turn on your glam. Visit jennaklein.com. And don't forget our skincare collection with natural ingredients that will improve the skin's appearance and prevent visible signs of aging. We have everything you need to achieve smooth and vitalized skin. jennaklein.com. Turn on your glam today.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
It started as a dream. When I was a little kid, I always wanted to have my own restaurant. And it was a dream that finally we had the opportunity to build it here in the Woodlands. And I'm so happy with it.
It's a really authentic Italian food. I try to maintain the most original possible. It's very important. Every day I make my fresh pasta.
Chi mangia bene, mangia italiano. Please come and visit us.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Welcome back to Today with Cache and Seuss. Seuss is in the house.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, this is fun.
It's Friday.
It's Friday,
okay.
babe. Okay, so can I ask a favor?
Yes.
Okay, so before commercial, and probably, since we've been talking a bit in the last few days, I've wanted to know what we were going to name the show. And when we first came on, you said kind of free for all. Freaky Friday. Can I just get a name out of you?
Friday free for all, and let's let it go because I'm sure the audience is tired of talking.
So Friday free for all. FFF. Friday free for all. FFFA.
FFFA.
Okay. Got those acronyms, Carlos?
As opposed to FFA.
FFFA.
Yes.
That's
instead of FFA, Future Farmers of America,
exactly.
it's FFFA.
That's
there
good.
you go.
Okay, we got
Yeah.
it. There's our title.
There it
Thank
is.
you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate
You're welcome.
that.
Friday. We've had a great week.
We have.
It's been a busy week.
It has been a busy week.
Last Friday, a
Okay.
week ago, we got a chance to go out.
Yes.
It was kind of a little bit, kind of an odd, everybody checking each other out. Like, okay, you
Yeah.
got your distance. How they doing over there? How's the waitress?
I was
doing
checking
over
you
there?
out.
You were.
Yeah, I was.
I
Shh,
catch
don't
you
tell
doing-
anybody.
I catch you doing
Don't
that
tell
every once in a
anybody.
while.
Don't tell anybody. Okay, keep going. Keep going. Okay, go ahead. I'm
and
sorry.
then we talked about, I think, over the weekend
Yeah.
about what are we going to do when everything really opens up,
Sure.
and what are we going to stick to?
Yeah.
I tell you, I
Okay.
enjoy our Netflix nights.
So the trade-offs. These are some of the trade-offs, right?
Yeah. On Netflix, would you go back to the movies per se? I mean, in my later years, I just kind of, with the streaming, with online streaming,
Yeah.
I stuck to
Yeah.
Amazon Prime. You've got Amazon Prime
Right,
Video, you've got
Netflix.
Netflix, of course, cable, but you've got
Yeah.
Netflix. But would you go back to the movie? And then how are they going to manage the movie theater?
I mean, that's a good point. I don't think so. I mean, yes, if it's and it's something it's a group or something and it's formed, but ideally I don't need it.
Why?
I don't need the movie theater.
We've got our popcorn.
We've got our
We
popcorn.
can pause.
We got our Uber Eats.
We got our Uber Eats.
We got our Uber Eats.
Or DoorDash.
Or DoorDash.
We have our ottoman where we put our feet.
We have our ottoman for our feet.
We have the lighting the right way.
The lighting the right way.
The air conditioning the right way. You don't have anybody talking around.
Nobody's talking.
Nobody's talking, which we love. So the trade-offs. I don't know if I would necessarily.
How could you
head back-
want to go back to a movie theater?
couldn't.
You have everything you need right there next to you. I don't
With
blame
you.
I don't
I've got
blame
you,
you.
babe.
I don't
I've
blame
got you.
I agree with you.
I got you,
No,
babe.
but no, to your point, I
No,
agree.
yeah.
I would. There's no need. There's no need.
What would be a trade-off to you?
Okay.
Something that
Ooh.
you would stick to.
Yeah.
I think the Netflix is kind of a mutual thing. But what do you think are other things that folks would stick to that wouldn't necessarily go back to?
Let's see.
Eating at home, maybe?
Well, I think the
Eating at home?
I would say that I was always a cook and loved to cook at home.
Right.
So for me, that just was me being able to pick back up on it because I had
Yeah.
kind of in the last year was doing not as much of it.
Right.
So it kind of gave me that come back to it feel.
Right.
One of the things that I know it sounds kind of small, but it would be like the pampering effect. I mean, I think I realized I was going to the nail salon to go to the nail salon. I must have been just leaving and said, and maybe let me just drop
think
by
about
and
it.
pop in.
Maybe
Yeah.
there's a social aspect to that.
Okay.
Because I work
Yeah.
out of my home.
Yeah.
I work out of my home.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
With the
Sure,
business.
sure.
I work out of my home. I can go to HEB just to see people.
Yeah.
And that was during the normal times,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So now somebody asked me the other day.
Sure.
It was a colleague who said, "Have you done the grocery ordering online?" I
Oh,
said,
I have not.
I haven't done that
Yeah.
because why? I want to get out. I want to get up,
Yeah.
get in my car. I'm either going to the gym, coming to see you,
Yeah.
or going to the store or for whatever.
Because you were traveling. You used to do like, what,
A lot. I mean,
80%?
70-80% of my time traveling. So I wanted to come home,
Yeah.
but I wanted to be out of my business mode, put on my shorts and go to the store, buy meat, buy chicken, whatever it was. If I had my sister visiting from overseas,
Yeah.
if we had our, my other siblings, coming in, that was part of the, just this. Let's just talk about just the social interaction.
Sure.
Social interaction. So
Sure.
could be part of the store, could be going to the nail salon,
Yeah.
getting your hair cut, obviously seeing people at the gym. Even some of that last, Friday night about seeing just people out.
I think so.
Just being
I mean,
people
yeah,
out.
but for me, the biggest trade-off would be that I don't have to go as much.
Mm-hmm.
And, the shellac refills. Oh, my God. I think, I do love the pampering aspect of it. But I think that was one of the things, like you said, hey, do I need to go to the movie theater? No. Do I need to go to the nail salon as much? No.
As much, right.
But I'm still going to go.
Right.
But just things like that. I don't know if there's anything else that I picked up that I didn't need. Oh, clothing.
Okay.
Oh, let's talk about clothing.
So we've got clothing, but
Yeah.
the other thing I wanted to mention, let's come
sure.
back to
Oh,
clothing,
this-
but if you think about
Yeah.
this, if you think about what an environment like this could provide as essential services for folks that can't leave their house.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about folks
Okay.
that are either confined to their home because they're ill or they, for whatever reason,
Sure.
they need the delivery
Okay.
made for their groceries, or they need medicines, or they need, healthcare services or whatever that is. And so if you think about it, the essential services just became more prominent, especially to the home.
Sure.
Delivering groceries.
Sure.
Delivering medicines.
Sure.
All those things. CVS was doing that. Walgreens, got into that. And I mentioned earlier in the first section about Sears. Sears to me, why is that such a case study?
Yeah.
And an incredible case study is because they were so innovative, babe. They were so innovative back in the day. I mean, they were the ones that created the mail order catalog. So if you think about the mail order catalog concept today,
Sure.
I'm mailing off a graphical imprinted item,
Sure.
and I'm going to get it in the mail. How much different is that from ordering it on Amazon and getting it to the door? Not really. It's the same concept, but when you look at what happened, how they couldn't adapt when they were the king at one time. We're talking about, the late 1800s.
Wow.
I was looking online. It was their mail order catalog was published in 1887.
That's crazy.
And so we always go back to the thing about convergence, right? We're talking about convergence. And I love the story because I grew up on Sears.
Okay.
I grew up on Sears. And I'm aging myself, and I grew up on
You
Sears.
grew up on
Sears.
Okay, go ahead.
But Sears was it. And it's interesting because Sears started, it would be the equivalent of starting online today and then opening stores.
Oh, wow.
So they started with a catalog, and then they opened the stores because they had to pivot. Richard Sears, born around mid-1800s, I think it was 1863. This poor man died when he was 51. So he didn't see
He didn't
the
get to see
iconic
how it
brand
grew.
and the monster that it became. But when he was a young guy, his family had actually done well. They're from the Midwest, Minnesota, had done well. His father was in speculation. I think was he mining, and then he went into speculation, lost his money. Long story short, when he was in his late teens, he said, I got to do something and help my family. His father actually had passed away when he was late teens, and taught himself become a telegraph operator. Got a job as a station at the train station in Minnesota, and then became a station agent. Okay. Lo and behold, one day, this is how coincidence, and well, there are no coincidences. You and I talked about that. Okay, because there's a plan. There was a shipment of goods sent on consignment to the station.
Consignment.
Okay, consignment.
Hey.
Okay, and consignment to the station, and it wasn't picked up. What do you think? Here's a trivia. What do you think?
Shoot.
What do you think is the first item ever sold by Sears? What was it?
I think I remember.
What?
Watch.
It was watches. As a matter of fact, that's right. Yeah, the first, actually,
This is-
Sears, Richard Sears was a watch salesman.
Okay.
That's what he was. He was a watch salesman. And so the way that they used to do it before is you had a manufacturer, let's say in Chicago, New York, or whatever, they would send and consign goods and send it by train to XYZ town. They would call a jeweler or some retailer or small general store, hey, this stuff is over there, nobody picked it up, would you want to buy it? And so it's already there, and so the retailer typically takes a chance, let me see what I can do, boom, all of a sudden they got a customer.
Wow.
That's what it
all began.
And it all began. So what happened was the jeweler in town didn't want the box, and it sat next to Richard Sears' feet. It literally sat in the station for a while until he contacted this manufacturer of watches, was in Chicago, and said, hey man, you want me to send this back, or I can sell them for you. So the watches cost $12 a piece.
Those are some really nice watches. Let me tell you.
Yeah, and the typical price was double that.
Back then, yeah.
Keystone, it was double that.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, I can sell them cheaper, and it's on consignment. Anyway, so he ended up making $5,000 on that watch set, and he was in business.
Wow.
After that. But what was happening around him that he took advantage of? Number one, the time zones hadn't been established in the United States. So coincidentally, that same year that he got the watches, the time zones were coming into effect.
Okay.
So what happened was there was more of a need for somebody to have a watch. There we go, that beautiful watch on the screen.
Thank you, Carlos.
Beautiful watch on the screen. And it was also a symbol of sophistication.
Yeah.
People wanted to have a nice
People wanted
watch.
to have one.
Yeah.
Everybody
so he
was
started
having-
selling them to station agents and other people in the railway station.
Okay.
And he became known as the watch guy. Second, the Congress passed a law that actually provided a larger budget for postal service. So all of a sudden, you didn't have to rely on the trains, which were already growing, to bring in goods from major. Look at that!
Okay,
There
Carlos,
we
you
go.
were amazing.
Beautiful. And I'm going to give you the Sears Roebuck name story here in a second.
$3.98.
Look at that.
Are you kidding me? Okay,
Look
go
at
ahead.
that.
Sorry.
So not only were the railways expanding, but also the postal service was expanding. So all of a sudden, he had a delivery system. Sounds a lot like the Amazon Prime delivery system today. You know. So
do you think that they researched Amazon at all and understood how Sears was so effective for so long and thought about what they did and then how they could make it better today?
No, I think that Jeff Bezos was incredibly visionary and understood the impact of what the internet would be not only in a consumer's life, but in business.
Okay.
Because he understood if I can interconnect through the internet, the consumer with manufacturers. Remember, he was selling books. He wasn't manufacturing the books. He was just providing a platform to sell books. Remember that. He wasn't a publisher. He just provided the platform, and therein is the genius, about that. So what did Sears do? He provided a platform called a catalog, and he was selling, over, in a couple of years, he had been selling like over 200 items in only 2 or 3 years off a catalog. Sears wrote the copy. He was the one that actually wrote the copy. That. Roebuck came around because his name was Alva. Alva Roebuck was his part. There he is, Jeff Bezos in the first office. Alva Roebuck became Richard Sears' first employee and was a watch repairman. So it was Sears Roebuck.
That's why it became Sears and Roebuck.
That's it. Then eventually moved to Chicago. Next thing you know, they're on their way.
And then eventually, I guess they had to kind of time eventually, their runway.
They had to adapt.
Yeah, I mean, oh wow.
Jeff selling different items. And keep in mind, this is before Jeff brought, like I know him, right?
Yeah, this is before your buddy Jeff.
Before buddy. Hey, there he is. Before he came out with his private labels like Amazon Basics, which is one of their brands.
Sure.
But he was selling third-party items. These are just third-party items. And so, again, not much different than what was happening then. So Richard Sears was visionary enough to see the convergence of what could help him.
How interesting.
Yeah.
How fascinating.
It is very fascinating.
And then here we are today. And now we're like, deliver
So where's Sears today? Sears today is really just a digital asset called Sears.com. You can go to Sears.com and buy products.
Oh, you still can?
You still can.
Okay.
So you're buying some of their own brands. Sears.com, they've actually gotten into partnership with eBay, and then they got involved in leasing. Who would have thought that Sears was going to get into leasing? So if you go on the site today, that's what you can do. But here is, again, an iconic brand trying to adapt.
Wow.
Tough.
Fascinating.
Very, very competitive environment. Very competitive. Yeah.
Handsome and intelligent. We'll take a commercial break and we'll be right back.
Mixing genres and generations, all in one station. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Cupcakes and Bubbles, located at 26400 Kirkendall Road in Tomball, Texas. Cupcakes and Bubbles has the sweetest and most delicious cupcakes for the entire family. From chocolate raspberry, strawberry rhubars, cookies and cream, and the most popular among kids, the s'mores cupcake. Come and enjoy our cupcakes with a glass of your favorite bubbles. Visit www.cupcakesandbubbles.com for the complete list of our delicious cupcakes. Order online through our webpage. DoorDash and Uber Eats is available too. Enjoy life's sweetest moments with Cupcakes and Bubbles.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Today with Cachet, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 10 to 10:30. 91.1 The Boss. Watch me live, Facebook, YouTube. Don't forget, 91.1 The Boss. Today with Cachet.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Turn on your glam today. The Jenna Klein collection is here, elaborated with natural products. Give yourself a compliment with our organic lip glosses in more than 15 shades. With the Jenna Klein Lip Gloss collection, you can hydrate your lips and keep that glamorous look that you need. Turn on your glam. Visit jennaklein.com. And don't forget our skincare collection with natural ingredients that will improve the skin's appearance and prevent visible signs of aging. We have everything you need to achieve smooth and vitalized skin. jennaklein.com. Turn on your glam today.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
It started as a dream. When I was a little kid, I always wanted to have my own restaurant. And it was a dream that finally we had the opportunity to build it here in the Woodlands. And I'm so happy with it.
It's a really authentic Italian food. I try to maintain the most original possible. It's very important. Every day I make my fresh pasta.
Chi mangia bene, mangia italiano. Please come and visit us.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Do you want to make your college experience different? Become an intern with 91.1 The Boss. We're interviewing interns today. Contact us at 713-370-5051.
We're back.
We're back.
Because
it's Friday
because
free
for all Friday. Oh,
okay, not Future
Help
Farmers of
me.
America.
Help me.
FFFA.
Free for
all. Wait.
Friday
free for all.
Okay, Friday
FFF.
first. So Friday free
for all.
for all.
Your audience must just be tired of this
Okay,
topic.
audience, we're gonna get this
Stop.
right. FFFA. Friday free for all.
That's right.
It's free for everyone.
That's
I
right.
want you to join in. It's free for everyone. That's why, and it's Friday.
Did I tell you how great your hair looks today?
Oh, thanks.
And it smells terrific.
Oh, thanks. Oh, you're so sweet. So now we're back.
You're smiling around.
Back from commercial.
You're always smiling around me.
Back from commercial.
Yeah, serious.
Back from commercial. What should we talk about now? Is there anything else? No, actually, if listeners out there, we were talking all about the fascinating history of Sears and how Sears kind of developed.
It kind of mirrors, things that are happening about people adapting.
Yeah.
And so you think about innovation, just general innovation. We've noticed that on a couple of small businesses that we've frequented, how they're adapting. And everybody has seen this.
Yeah.
Your friends and our families, everybody's seen how people, one thing is to adapt requirements, the masks, so many people so many people in the store, things like that. But how are businesses adapting just to maintain their clients?
They're trying to keep their doors open.
Just to keep the doors open and just say, hey, we're still open. We still want to sell. We're adapting. How are they innovating? One of my favorite steakhouses, if I can say it, on the air.
Oh, you can plug them.
Okay.
Sure.
The Palm. I'm traditional, the Palm. I love the Palm. But the Palm has now ready to eat meals.
Mm-hmm.
And so steaks, you make a great steak. But think about that. When did they, the other say, well, it gives you the instructions. It's got all together. This is all you need to do. Make it easy. And they have little things like combine it with this kind of wine or all that. Again, little things that, what can we do to retain,
People are having to stretch themselves.
Okay,
people have to think out of their box. Be creative and trying to keep their doors open. Not so much, hey, how much can I make from a success perspective right now? It's more of how do I stay alive?
Right.
And having to stretch themselves.
The business, just keeping the business alive. Remember the book that I recommended to you? Did you finish it?
I haven't finished that one yet. I did the first one.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
The future's faster than you think.
That was the one I'm on now, but
the previous
Making
one.
Elephants
Fly.
That was the one.
This was recommended to me, and it's called Make Elephants Fly. Incredible, because it's another one that really makes you, number one, think about this is the name of the book.
Yeah.
So,
I
this is
remember
a business
said that.
book. This
I was
is
like,
a business book,
Yeah.
and some business books, that are later in publishing, the latest have these funky names, right? But Making Elephants Fly, it's about innovation. And when you read the author's foreword and talk about why he called it Make Elephants Fly, it's because to drive innovation in any organization, it's easier to make elephants fly than to really have a successful, but it's really to have a successful, manageable process for innovation.
Okay.
One thing is to change and adapt, but are you really innovating and becoming a change maker? Or making
a big enough
game changer, game changer.
Yeah.
So how do you do that? Question mark. And that's what they posted in the book. And I love the book because it talks about, it isn't just creating, everybody says, the better mousetrap. It can be just a reorganization of the same resources. He used the Apple iPhone as one example, and it just floored me. I don't know if you got to that section, but the Apple iPhone, and I'm not a big techie guy or anything, so I'll do my best to explain this example, but I was like, this is amazing. The most of the components and most of the items that are in the iPhone, and the tech gurus that are out there, forgive me if I get this wrong, but more than 50% of the items are third party. They're contracted out.
Okay.
So yes, it is an innovative item, but it's the regrouping of the resources of items that are fairly simple. Okay, but it's the regrouping. The one big thing here that really put it over the top was the App Store. So you customize literally a computer to your own personal needs. So the App Store was really just put it over the top because all of a sudden I had access to so much other technology in the form of applications that would customize my phone for me.
Well, no, that's so true. I always thought about that when I
That's
first
just
got my...
reorganizing the existing resources.
Well, I thought about that when I got my first Apple phone. I thought, oh my God, this is my computer now.
Yes.
This is my little computer, my handheld computer. And then they came out with the iPads, and then the apps just kind of took them into a whole nother level, didn't it?
Yeah, because the hardware is the hardware, and there's not that many. Yes, you could have patents on certain code.
Sure.
Okay. And some protection, but overall the hardware kind of operates the same way. Again, forgive me, the tech gurus, if I'm missing something, but in general, the hardware is the hardware. When you regroup that and apply the code and the applications now to change it up, therein is the genius in what Steve Jobs is looking at behind the phone.
So the reality is, innovation is everything, and being able to takes an existing product or an existing successful thing and then learning what can I do or what can I do to capitalize to make this even better. You don't always have to start from scratch.
No.
You can take components.
It could be just readjusting the components.
And adding something that is innovative to it, then takes it to its next level.
Okay, so was FedEx innovative with next day delivery? Back in the 70s? Because it actually started in the 70s.
Well, then, yeah.
Yeah, sure it was. Who
Yeah,
would
they
have
would have
thought
been,
that they were going to be able to get a letter sent overnight or an important document, sent overnight, and where is it? When it positively has to get there overnight.
Super Express, delivery.
Overnight, so innovation. What about Amazon Prime delivery? So is the fact that you're paying a yearly fee over $100 to get free shipping for the rest of the year, is that innovation?
Of course.
Sure it is. I have the perception that I'm prepaying for a small amount, free shipping for the rest of the year.
Because if you divide that out, it's cheaper than
pennies.
driving to the post office to do each time, right?
Free shipping. So again,
post office,
in this case, it's the way that they're merchandising the item, free shipping. But even though I'm a Prime user, again, the genius behind that is they're giving the perception, I pay that fee, I get free shipping for the rest of the year, I don't have to worry about it.
So is it really free?
It's reorganizing those same resources and the things that I can do because I've got so many DCs around the country, and I know that I can get there quick delivery, same day delivery as well. Yeah.
What do you think's going to happen with cars?
I think they're going to become more intelligent.
Okay.
I think that as the younger crowd gets older, they're going to look at the crowd or the car as just an unnecessary expense.
And I think they're starting to do that now. You hear
shared cars, shared services.
Yeah.
Yeah, shared car services.
I mean, with Ubers and all that. And...
You've got Uber, Lyft. That's the industry, the insurance and the automotive industry have to adapt to that, and they are already because we're reading it in the book. But what is going to be the impact in the future with our future shoppers or the future consumers of vehicles when they say, I really don't need the expense of a car that's probably sitting half the time in the garage. I can just take it as a service. I can just take transportation as a service. Why did the railways not succeed? Why do you think the railways didn't succeed, babe?
Oh my God.
Another business trivia question.
They didn't succeed, well, because of innovation. That's a good way of answering it.
Or it could be what they saw as their business.
Yeah.
What was their business? Is Ford's business selling cars, or is Ford's business providing transportation services?
Okay, so you helped me there. Thank you, sweetie.
Yeah.
So really the reason they lost it is because they didn't realize what they were actually their real business was about. They thought it was about doing the delivering and moving things on there, but it was more than that.
Well, it was more. They thought, well, what business are we in? Are we in the railroad business, or are we in the business of moving goods from here to there?
That's what they were in the
could
business.
have evolved possibly into air travel and all the other things that we know now.
Right.
Right. So then the railways came by the wayside, and all of a sudden today they're just scenic, and some Amtrak has limited railway system today.
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So going back to where we were talking earlier in the segment,
yeah.
What business are we in, and what are we doing to make sure that we defend the people that we were selling to before the COVID, and now? What are we doing? Question mark.
That is a big question mark.
Yeah.
That is a huge question mark. What are you going to do differently, and what did you think you were doing?
Right.
And what did you think your business was going to be?
What was your business?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Number one, what was your business? What were you selling? What were you doing? What were you providing? And now, what is your business?
I read it today. Ulta's offering hair services now in their stores.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, there you go. There's
Yeah.
another piece of, again, I'm going to innovate to, and again, just reorganizing resources.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe just reorganizing resources. I'm going to innovate to defend my market share and hopefully pick some back up, because not everybody's going to come back from this.
Well, yeah, not everybody can.
No.
And I think to some degree, it's innovation, it's timing. I don't want to say that anybody should not have a business. What I am saying is it's kind of one of those things, as time evolves, you know, you have a surplus. I mean, we have a surplus of so many different stores, of the same store at
That's
every
right.
corner.
Same
and we have
brands,
all
same
these
items.
different things.
That's
There
right.
was no way we were going to be able to have a robust, successful online way of doing things and still have the same level of robust brick and mortar stores and keep the same level of success on both terms. That was
No.
that's impossible.
Well,
so they should have known.
That's the market forces. The
They-
market
yeah,
I mean,
forces
will tell you.
Yeah.
At some point, somebody's going to have to be weeded out.
There you go.
That's just
And-
market forces.
And I think that's what's happening, and I
Yeah.
think that's part of it. And so learn the change, understand the change, and like you said, be part of it and understand what you can do to make yourself successful in the change and be innovative. Is that what it is?
Yeah, and then back to the book, Make Elephants Fly. Ask yourself some very hard questions. What business are we in, and how are we going to change? What can we offer that's different? Those three things right there.
Time for a commercial.
I think so.
Let's do it. We'll
Okay.
be right back.
Could your business use more customers? Could your business use more online traffic? Sponsor with 91.1 The Boss radio station and let our multimedia radio station promote your business. Contact us today at 713-370-5051.
Cupcakes and Bubbles, located at 26400 Kirkendall Road in Tomball, Texas. Cupcakes and Bubbles has the sweetest and most delicious cupcakes for the entire family. From chocolate raspberry, strawberry rhubars, cookies and cream, and the most popular among kids, the s'mores cupcake. Come and enjoy our cupcakes with a glass of your favorite bubbles. Visit www.cupcakesandbubbles.com for the complete list of our delicious cupcakes. Order online through our webpage. DoorDash and Uber Eats is available too. Enjoy life's sweetest moments with Cupcakes and Bubbles.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM. Mixing genres and generations, all in one. Mixing genres and generations.
Turn on your glam today. The Jenna Klein collection is here, elaborated with natural products. Give yourself a compliment with our organic lip glosses in more than 15 shades. With the Jenna Klein lip gloss collection, you can hydrate your lips and keep that glamorous look that you need. Turn on your glam. Visit jennaklein.com. And don't forget our skincare collection with natural ingredients that will improve the skin's appearance and prevent visible signs of aging. We have everything you need to achieve smooth and vitalized skin. jennaklein.com. Turn on your glam today.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM. It's time to change. If you like country, we play it. If you like pop, we play it. If you like Latin music, we play it. If you like rock and roll, we play it. Because no one does fusion music like we do. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
It started as a dream. When I was a little kid, I always wanted to have my own restaurant. And it was a dream that finally we had the opportunity to build it here in the Woodlands. And I'm so happy with it.
It's a really authentic Italian food. I try to maintain the most original possible. It's very important. Every day I make my fresh pasta.
Chi mangia bene, mangia italiano. Please come and visit us.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM. Follow us at KNLY 91.1 FM.
welcome back to Today with Cachet and Suze.
That's right.
Welcome back. It is Friday, guys.
Yep.
We are back out, and Texas is back in
business.
Back in business,
That's
as
right.
they say. So we're just talking about it all. We're talking about.
You can't hold Texas down.
You
babe.
can't hold us down.
You can't hold Texas down.
I think it was a great idea. I commend Governor Abbott for doing that and making that decision to slowly get us back out. We have to, right? We have to slowly start, dancing with getting our Texas back in business. And so here we are.
He agreed with a salon owner up in Dallas.
Yeah, that was an interesting story.
It was interesting.
That was an interesting story.
She defied that judge.
Yeah.
That wanted
well,
to,
and it goes back to sometimes you have to stand up for what you believe in and believe in people, and that prevails.
Yep.
And that's what happened in her case. So
she was adamant about just getting back to work, also because she's got people that are counting on her.
Right.
So think about the business owners that are thinking about, I've got people, even our own, our boss man, Brian, the owner of
Baby Bull
Boxing,
Yeah.
he's got trainers that are on staff.
Yeah.
Okay? And they've innovated, or they at least adapted on providing the, some of the workouts on Instagram, which we follow and work out. But she had a commitment to her salon, to her stylist, a commitment.
And it just goes to show that when you've got a big heart and you're really caring and trying to help,
yes,
and you have good intentions,
yes,
and you're fighting, that it pays to do it.
Right.
To sit back and not always say, well, I guess I should just go. No.
This is what I said about it forced the conversation.
Yeah.
The people that didn't accept that there was then you've just been forced to accept that it's a new world. You've been forced. Then you have other people that are just adaptable and way to go and just move into the new world.
Which is what happens with innovation, right?
That's right.
You got to push it. You got to say, hey, I have an idea and I'm not afraid to throw it out there and to see where it goes.
You could ruffle feathers internally at your corporation, organization, or the legal system. She says, I've got to change, man. So one thing I want to do is provide an income or a steady income, or now regain the income for my stylist, and here we are. So Governor Abbott agreed.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's right.
So what else? What did...
Did you catch any of the Blue Angel show this week?
I didn't.
I missed it.
wanted to.
I missed it over my house.
I wanted to, but I didn't. I missed it too because I was leaving out, and I think
that is so cool.
And I think I missed. That was awesome.
That was so cool.
That was awesome.
The fact that they did that in recognition.
Sure.
In recognition. For those that didn't catch it, we've got the vintage.
Oh, that's right.
We've got the vintage air show coming up on Sunday. It was going to be today, and it's actually coming up on Sunday. This is vintage World War II aircraft.
So it's going to start over there.
It starts at the San Jacinto Monument, which is at LaPorte, and do the whole turn around the greater Houston area.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And I think we have a flight path up. Carlos put that up there.
He
So
did.
if people want to, if you're listening, if you get a chance to go home and you can actually view the show, and we've got it up there for this weekend.
Sunday's Mother's Day, right?
It is. So that's the other thing. So people can go out there and enjoy I don't know what the weather's going to be like. Hopefully.
It's supposed to be nicer.
That's why they moved
canceled
it. That's why
they postponed it.
That's why they moved it.
So it's starting at Ellington Field and ending at Ellington Field, which is logical.
Okay.
Going over the San Jacinto Monument, then over to U of H towards downtown, and then it's kind of makes its trek up north towards Spring, right? Yeah, Spring, and then over to Cypress, and then back down towards Katy, over to Mission Bend, back up towards I-10, over back towards the downtown, west of downtown, back down towards Bel Air, Missouri City, the south, and then over to Pearland and Friendswood, Dickinson, and back over Kemah.
Yay!
The Kemah board. Have you been to the Kemah boardwalk?
I have gone there before.
Yeah. Did you ever get on the roller coaster?
Not there.
Okay.
Carlos did. No, I did not. But okay, can I tell you when Astroworld? I used to go to Astroworld.
You did.
Yeah, and I loved the Skyscraper.
I remember. Listen, this is really going to age me.
Skyscraper was-
I remember when they were building the Texas Cyclone.
Oh, I didn't see. Yeah.
See again.
Yeah, I didn't
You're
see it.
younger than me.
I didn't see
You're
it.
younger than
I'm
me.
just a baby. I didn't see it being built. But I actually got on it and rode it.
I'm really aging myself, man. I actually saw it be. And at
Oh,
one
you're
time
not that
it was
old.
the baddest roller coaster in the world.
He's not that old, but no. So yeah, so let's talk about that. Okay, so we're out now. Like,
Yes.
we're kind of slowly getting out.
Yes.
Everybody's doing it at different levels.
Right.
Let everybody do kind of their own feel. It's because it's both a mental thing too.
Yeah.
It's not just the health side internally. It's also played a lot on people's mind, and some people are
Oh, my mask. oh my gel.
No. You got.
Yeah.
It's like with anything. I think you've heard for years. You eat this way. Don't do this. I mean, you have to eventually understand what worked.
Right.
And that's the same thing that's going to go on here. But what are some of the things that is on your radar, babe, that you want to go and do? Whether it's travel, or something else.
I just want to be with you, babe.
Well, that's fine. But what do you think? What do you think of some of the things that besides
I want to do whatever you want to do.
Oh my God! It's what I can't breathe. Carlos, turn that air down. Oh my God, it's getting so hot in here. But that's fine.
Yeah.
That is fine.
Okay.
Okay, then you don't. Okay, you won't go anywhere.
Netflix.
Okay.
We got Netflix, babe.
Okay.
We got Netflix.
You know what? How about this? How about I help you think of some things that we can do together?
You got it.
Okay, but no, that's the big thing now is going to be, obviously going out to dinner is going to be nice again to do these things, but
we can't wait to see our friends.
I think
you've
so.
got your friends,
yes.
in the Woodlands. You've got the friends all over. Just can't wait to see our friends.
That's probably the face-to-face.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point. People have not been around anybody because everybody's been so distant. So I think having that is going to be great. But I mean, so what do you think? Do you like kind of this? Talk to me a little bit about what it's like.
This is a great setup. Carlos is awesome. This is a great setup.
Did you? Yeah. I mean, we drove in. We thought I wanted you to see the station.
Yeah.
I wanted you to see what it was like, kind of being here and doing it, and maybe
I knew that you were going to be a professional as usual.
Yeah.
I
can touch. Can I touch you?
You got your special chair, the whole setup.
Yeah.
All good.
It's all good. So.
It's all good. We got an amazing audience out there.
We have an amazing audience. So going forward, we can, the audience, we want to get their comments. Like if they're,
we do.
So going forward, if there are, as we're talking about different points, and we'll have, of course, these have been the first two, fun, get going shows. But now that we
didn't
know,
really plan for it.
Now that we know it's going to be Friday free for all. That means Friday free for all. So we'll be talking about different points, different topics, different things. But we're going to want people to call in and give comments. So if you've seen a show and there's something specific that you, because what makes a show great, you can watch it at all different times.
Sure.
It never goes away.
Sure.
And you want to, call in or write in and tell us, please do. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that.
Or while we're talking, call in and talk with us. Give us a call and comment in with us or questions that you may have.
So what are we having for dinner tonight? That's what I want to know.
Oh, okay.
We have a belated celebration.
Well, we're going to... So part of... I have to explain why it's belated.
That's right.
Because part of this, working out and we're doing this 30-day detox of sugars... being holistic. I can't eat.
We only have a drink
I can't think
once
straight.
a week.
No, I'm not joking. No, but
alcohol once a week.
So I love my Mexican food. So
so do I.
So I waited.
What's your favorite Mexican meal? Everybody wants to know. The world wants to know. What's Cachet's favorite Mexican meal?
I like to have my fajitas, guacamole, rice and beans.
Okay, and what do you put on the tortilla first?
I put my beans.
My
guacamole.
Okay.
You're right.
There's a way to do it.
He corrected me. My guacamole, my rice, my beans, some of the onions.
Yes.
Got to get those onions on there. And then maybe a little bit of, it depends. It's a shrimp or a little bit of meat.
Right.
A little bit of chicken now, because
right.
yes, I am having my meats.
Yeah.
And then I'm ready to go.
I know
and
that the audience was losing sleep over this.
They wanted to know. So that's what we're having.
That's right. Tonight we have a belated Cinco de Mayo celebration.
Yes, we are, because Fridays is the day we can cheat.
That's right. So
we're going to cheat today.
We decided to push Cinco de Mayo to tonight, baby.
Tonight it is.
Tonight it is.
Tonight it is.
Yeah, tonight's the night.
Tonight's the night.
It's going to be all right.
Woo! Yeah. All right. So, that's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
So we should tell everybody, have a wonderful weekend. We'll see
Enjoy
you next...
the show on Sunday.
Yeah, you got the map. The map is up there, so if you need to get it, there it is.
There it is.
And have a safe, wonderful weekend. Get out and do some socializing, and we'll see you next week.
Next Friday. All right, babe.
Okay, that's a wrap. Bye.